Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Tony McNeill. Thank you so much for clicking the play button on this video, and welcome to the Call to Worship newsletter. Those of you who follow me on social media and those of you who know me personally know that I am passionate about three things unapologetically: roller coasters, the Waffle House, and worship. Well, I'm not here to talk about roller coasters or the Waffle House. I am here tonight to talk a little bit about worship. Actually, more specifically, a resource for worship. About 15 years ago, I created a newsletter and a platform some of you know by the name of The Call to Worship. That is the call, the number 2, worship. The Call to Worship was an online ministry for information sharing, for community building, and education, specifically for ministers of music, worship leaders, clergy, seminarians, creatives, musicians, and lay people who were passionate about worship in the local church. Well, in 2023, we're going to bring that ministry back. It's been about 15 years, and it's time for the Call to Worship to come back. I'm super excited about it, and I want you to be a part of it. The relaunch of the Call to Worship will happen in 2 phases. In the newsletter, we're going to do that first, and then later in the spring, we will launch a brand new website. Today, I want to share with you a pilot issue of the newsletter. It will be a free bi-weekly communication shared with everyone who is subscribed to the Call to Worship. If you choose not to subscribe, you can go to the bottom of this email and hit that unsubscribe button right away to disconnect you from receiving any further emails from the ministry. But I hope you'll hear me out and want to subscribe by the end of this video. Okay? In our newsletter, we will share, like I said, bi-weekly information on conferences and learning opportunities, available jobs in music ministry, worship planning resources, and tools that you can use to help with worship leading as well as worship reflection. Opportunities for concerning concerts and performances that are grounded in worship, all for the betterment of you individually and for the strengthening of your work in the local church. I want you to subscribe. I want you to think about subscribing. Okay? The purpose of this video is to call you to action in 3 different ways. The first way is to ask you to subscribe or to affirm your subscription to the Call to Worship newsletter. Also, in this first call to action, if you need to unsubscribe, you can do that. Head to the bottom of this email and hit the unsubscribe link there to disconnect. Okay? So the first call to action item is your subscription. Number 2, share this communication. Send this email to other musicians, worship leaders, clergy, folks that are in your network that you think would benefit from receiving a newsletter of this caliber. Share the newsletter, forward it, and encourage them to subscribe as well. The third thing that I want you to do is follow us on social media. On Facebook, you can follow us at The Call to Worship, and remember it's the number 2, The Call to Worship group on Facebook. And on Instagram, you can follow us at The Call to Worship without the word group on Instagram, okay? So those are the 3 ways that you can be a part of the immediate relaunching of the ministry. I want to thank you for clicking on this video again and given this consideration. I look forward to us connecting, collaborating, and building together in music and arts ministry. Thank you for your time, and share the video, share the communication, send this email to other folks, and subscribe. Thank you so much for your time.